Yoshi, are you a furry?
Bruh.
Scaly.
Alert.
Oh.
Furries
Control
are
point is being
disgusting. Do
captured.
not tell my furry friend that.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
I actually agree. I used to be one. Quit because I hated it.
Well, I'm glad you
Nothing
have
wrong
seen
with
the light, brother.
letting people enjoy what they enjoy.
Maybe one
No,
died
absolutely not.
today. Just saw the vilest.
This is TF2. You're not allowed to let anyone enjoy things.
I mean, people don't let us enjoy this game to begin with, so yeah.
Doesn't mean you gotta hate on a group.
I will hate on an entire group of people because they are gross. I will hate on pedophiles because they
Me
deserve
too.
to all die and burn in hell.
They deserve the wood chipper.
I don't think furries are the equivalent of pedophiles there, but
Some of them, there's some good ones, but they're very few and far between in my.
Yeah, there are some who keep to themselves.
I was
yeah.
one for 5. Well, it doesn't matter if they keep to themselves. You can still be disgusting in your private life, I think.
That's true.
But I mean, having been one, I know what it's like. It's the ones who are in. I can't focus with this voice line in the back. I hate
Yeah, I
this
hear you.
voice line. I love
Make
it.
it their
I can't
entire
even
personality?
finish my anti-furry tirade yet. It's because I'm too focused on listening to drunk ramblings of a one-eyed cyclops.
Wait, one-eyed cyclops? That's a bit redundant, isn't it?
I'm a black one-eyed cyclops.
Have you never seen a two-eyed
They got more
cyclops before?
than they got the likes of me.
I think they got more women than they've got the likes of him.
Scotland does?
Maybe.
They got more non-degenerate furries than they have of the likes of him.
Damn. That's
I mean, I
not
know a
very
few
many.
of them. I happen to know a few of them actually, and I'm beyond thankful that I know them because honestly, they're some of the few sane people left in this world.
Even they're not completely sane, but at least they're half sane.
No, they are 100% sane. I think you can be one of them without being disgusting. Although that being said, most of the ones that I did know ended up quitting, even though they still drew the same stuff basically and didn't really change that much in general. They just basically just changed the label.
Interesting.
Alert. The control point is being
Yeah, I know a
it's
furry
interesting.
fellow, and
I mean,
it's a thing.
Yeah.
Stand back, you snipe!
They got more freaking sea monsters in the Great Loch Ness than they got the likes of me.
Thanks for helping out there, Wobbles.
I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna keep killing you, I'm gonna, you'll be dead. I'm gonna keep killing you.
Maybe it wasn't unironically.
Well, what did you expect? Oh, sorry, I was responding to someone in the chat. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no. I was just saying, like, maybe it wasn't ironic when you were talking about how much you love that voice line. I mean, you just said it, so.
I actually do. Seeing people spam it is so funny.
It is.
It
really is.
It makes me laugh every single time.
Bruh, snipers. In general, Big Chungus, they can be kind of bad, but it's like, it kind of depends on what you mean by bad. It's very... It depends on what quality of their life is bad. To which certain degrees I will agree and disagree.
Bad is very, very vague. The first thing you learn in speech in debate is you don't say bad.
You gotta be as specific as possible in this world. That's why no one likes each other, because
Yeah.
communication is a bit of a on the lowdown right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, people used to write whole paragraphs when they were describing a guy as normal, right? He was like, he had the countenance of a man possessed by traits most
Alert. The control point is being
Honestly, I
most
wish we were back in that
ordinary
time,
and
dude.
fitting of. Yeah, I wish I had the verbal intelligence to just say something like that without sounding weird.
I mean, to most
I think
people,
that
it's
was
gonna
only
sound
in
weird
letters, though.
anyways.
It's like people
I mean-
today would say he was average.
Yeah.
He spoke of the weather, and he was possessed.
Also, you had to be
by a
rich to actually
certain-
speak that way.
That is true. There was a
No,
certain
have
level
you
of
seen
education.
Kanye West?
I mean, you don't need to be highly educated to articulate things. I mean, I just watch enough YouTube
But you have
videos
a better
to see
chance of doing
examples.
it. I mean, back in that time, I meant.
Back in that time, yeah.
Oh yeah. Nationalism, when used correctly, is a viable thing. It's just putting the needs of your own country above the needs of another country.
I mean, technically, that's what the whole point of being in a country is for, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, you can be nationalist. I mean, isn't that what they call patriotism?
I think that's a little bit different, but I think it's like there's some.
That's
Let me think
true.
of it, I
Patriotism is much more for the ideals of the nation rather than the borders of the country.
Yes.
I had a
Yeah,
big,
right.
long discussion with people about it, and yeah. One of those things where it's like you value the nation's ideals over just the borders because it's the ideals that you're after.
Right.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Oh, there was a really good video by
Control point
this
is being
guy.
contested.
I think his name was Tick History or TIK History. And he made a video talking about how Hitler's Nazism or National Socialism is very much like it's just like a race communism. And you did a lot of really good research. The video was like 5 hours long. I don't even know how I sat through all of it, but
We have captured the control point.
surprisingly, it really got
Interesting.
me
I'll have to
thinking.
look it up.
I mean, I think it's something everyone deserves to know. Kind of like how over the years things kind of get information just kind of gradually gets changed. Either if it's on intentionally or if it's unintentionally. Like in the 1950s, there were accounts of people who really hated FDR, and nowadays it feels like the history books are very much in favor of him. It's kind of weird because if people had a lot of arguments at the time, but these days nobody can think of a reason why they might not like that president.
That's true.
Interesting.
They just wind up hating people because it's the current thing.
Well, I think it's interesting that certain presidents are completely positive light in our education. It's kind of interesting.
Sorry, there was too much gunfire. What'd you say?
I was just thinking how the reason why everyone loves FDR is because the education system is kind of putting that idea forth. It's sort of like a lot of people don't like Calvin Coolidge, or no, what was his name now? Herbert Hoover. A lot of people don't like Herbert Hoover because of what he did to make the Depression worse in some ways, but nobody talks about how some of the policies of FDR made it much worse, and in some cases actually made Depression last longer. The reason why the Depression ended is think it was because
The control
of
point is being captured.
subsidies to companies that developed things that got used in World War II. And everyone who knows economics knows that war, of course, drives on an economy because you're constantly manufacturing, you're making a lot of money off of these, different things. Even though it might be artificial, it's very good at getting an economy going.
This is true.
I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Hey, yeah! The freaking point, you moron!
I will say though that it's also kind of this. I don't know. Really depends on what side of the war you're on for the economy. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I don't know how the economy of
It's-
Ukraine is benefiting as much as Russia right now. So, I think it's also dependent on what
Right,
side
right.
you're on.
Yeah, and there's a multitude of factors that determine all that. It's not like a be-all, end-all type thing, but it's very much like, in the United States case, pretty much any war is gonna, I mean, it depends on how they go about doing the war, but most wars are gonna, they're gonna make the economy stronger, there's gonna be more activity. I mean, it depends as well, because during Vietnam, we had a lot more inflation, but that was because spending had never been so high in general, but also just with the war. I mean, it's a complex thing, and I agree
Yeah.
with you.
Well, it's weird too because it would probably benefit us if we were in a war, just solely by the fact that America is probably like the world's largest superpower at the moment, arguably,
Oh yes.
and has been for
Yeah.
a long time. So, yeah. Honestly, to a certain degree, I would say World War III is happening right now, in as much as the online space. But it's a very different kind of war. It's far more psychological than anything. But that's my strange view on it.
Yeah.
Bro,
I have a
wait,
brother-in-law
all of you
who's
stop talking for a
very.
second.
What's that?
Say
Oh
something.
sure.
I've noticed we have the most and intelligent conversations, and I have no idea.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'm like, why am I having a conversation about war and economics in a TF2 server with random crits where the goal is just to be stupid?
I mean, hey, I'm not opposed to it. I'm loving it right now.
I'm loving it too.
Y'all don't mind if I put this up on my YouTube channel, or do you want me to keep this off?
Are you a
Go
YouTuber?
ahead.
Yes. Rather small, but
Oh,
yes.
what kind of? Oh, that's cool.
Well, I
feel
have
like-
3 channels,
oh.
and for this one, it's gaming, mostly TF2 stuff at the moment, and for the rest of it, it's I don't know, it's music and then a podcast on the other 2.
Oh, interesting. Well, I hope I don't look like an idiot later on.
No, that's okay. Man from the Swamp. My channel that I'm going to post this on is by the same name. Just a military snake. That's the channel. Yeah.
Let us play!
No, I'm enjoying this because there's not a lot of people that are really willing to have such intellectual conversations anymore. So I'm glad that I can have it here. Of all places, this is great. Oh yeah, I believe it. I believe it, Swamp.
Face off, big head! Don't you ever cross me again!
Oh, so it's just your username pretty much, right?
I'm a what?
It's just your username?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's true, Swamp. People just like fighting a lot. I don't get it. It's like... maybe they just find it entertaining. Because, I mean, I know I used to find fights entertaining all the time and would just start them over nothing for no reason, you know?
Get on the freaking point, dumbass!
I agree. I agree.
Nice hair.
Oh, thank you.
I wish I had long, luscious curls like that.
Thank you.
I would, if I had a hair like that, I would LARP as a horse. Like, go out to a field and run around and make horse noises for like an hour.
It's pretty funny. Because I have it because I'm a metalhead, right? So I wear it around this the metal.
Oh, you're a
musician.
metalhead?
Yeah.
Oh,
Favorite
I
band?
used to listen to a lot of that. Not much anymore. I feel like my taste kind of changed a little, but
Favorite band?
weirdly enough, I started getting into classical. After
Oh, it's
I
very similar
did-
to metal in a lot of ways. And Noodle, I listen to.
Oh yeah.
Right now, the kind of metal I listen to is a lot of. I grew up with Metallica and Megadeth and Pantera, and then I've gotten more into Meshuggah as of late. I got to see Meshuggah actually. Some extreme metal band from Sweden.
Like black metal?
No, not black metal, just extreme progressive metal.
I like
Yeah.
a lot of subgenres of metal.
Yeah, there's a
actually
few
like
of those.
more like
I like the soundtrack stuff that metal has to offer a lot more because it can be a lot more operatic and full. Because I'm a video game
I
music
feel, though-
composer, right? So I listen to a lot of music in general, but metal's still my favorite.
I feel though like black metal.
Sorry, I was trying to, I was trying to play rock paper scissors with